My name is Sgt Chris Backus. I am an operations NCO at the Sunshine Coast RCMP detachment, and I'm also a mediation negotiation expert with the RCMP. I couldn't be more motivated and inspired by looking around at others. My stripes are off like everyone else. It really is the a start of a special time, and I couldn't be prouder to be part of it. You know, this is not about one person. Um, in the recent years, you have had the RCMP as an organization on several issues, pay being one of them, a big one. But it's the RCMP as an organization that is a ship that has been taking on water, and it's not the the people on the boat that are to blame. We need to replace the boat. The people on the boat, these are incredible men and women who care very deeply about the safety of Canadians. And today, the day has come where we're standing together, we're being galvanized, and we're saying we want more from the federal government of Canada. And we've been taken advantage of. We're an organization that has been taken advantage of by the federal government for decades. We've been asked to do more with less. And today is an incredible moment in modern day history of the RCMP because we're standing up with a voice. We're saying we're going to continue to provide this service, but we need more, and we need fairness, and we need equality. Today is the proudest moment of my career. I mean, I'm impressed with the increase of numbers in the RCMP now that are joining a union, but I want to be very careful about this union thing. It is not time to crack out the champagne yet. I know there have been increased numbers in members joining these associations, but let's reflect here on a moment. Even if we get a union tomorrow, it will be years before we have people in the seats advocating for our work interests. I know MPF and MPAC disagree with me on this, but I am not disillusioned enough to think that this is a quick fix. This is not a 100-meter dash. It's a marathon. And another issue, if we do get a union, we need a strong union. And of the two associations that are two bigger associations out west that were looking for our support, they have active members of the RCMP either in co-chairs or leadership positions of those associations. Now, whatever one gets in, how come those members didn't start the Yellow Stripe movement? How come those members last week were not on camera in uniform speaking out? So as members of the RCMP, we have to move forward with the union. It's important. I support it. But I will be looking for some courage of conviction for whoever decides to put their names and be in those seats. You have to understand that as people who care so deeply about public safety, we've come to this point where we recognize on many fronts, not just pay, that we're ready to break at the seams. We can't keep going the way we're going. We can't keep doing the same or more with less. And we're Canadians that take pride in that. So we've come to a point where, we're saying, we're always being told, don't talk, keep doing it. Well, we can't. It's so funny. Everyone's like, have you been disciplined? Has the commissioner called you? It's a moot point. Whether the commissioner is on board or off board, we're moving forward now with this movement. And we're here to tell Canadians, and most importantly, Mr. Ralph Goodale, Treasury Board of Canada, and Federal Government of Canada, respectfully, now, go back into that room that you just came out of last week and re-crunch those numbers to come up with a pay package for the RCMP that is not completely insulting. If you look at a Vancouver City Police Constable, top pay, he makes more than a sergeant in the RCMP. That's 2 ranks higher. Next year, Delta City Police Constable will make as much or more as a staff sergeant in the RCMP, and that's 4 ranks higher. If the federal government can bail out avionic companies in Canada in the billions with taxpayers' money, while the CEO gives his members millions in bonuses, I am sure the federal government can go back into a room and crunch together something now that is a little more fair and equitable for their federal police force who are out there risking their lives every day to protect Canadians. I am not putting back on my stripe until that happens. I'm not trying to be a renegade Mountie here. I am just fed up, and I will put my job on the line to get some action and attention to this issue. This is not about me. This is about us. You know, back us, back us up. This is about the men and women of the RCMP who care about their jobs. They care about Canadians, and they're simply saying we need help. So I quickly divert this, and I'm not trying to be humble about it or whatever. It's about us, not about me. I just took a look at our organization on a daily basis, and I saw, you just see this growing discontent and internal stress. The very purpose of the members, you can just see it, it's being distorted. There, so much is being put on them that you're just looking at it on such a macro level and seeing so many unhappy police officers. Once they announced the pay package last week for me, that was the straw that broke my camel's back, put it that way. And I just have simply said, like, it's time to take action. Pay is an important issue to start with. I mean, you can't come to the table with, well, we need 10 things right now. It's an important starting point because the RCMP is such a vast organization. We all do so many different capacities of work. Pay certainly is a common denominator amongst all of those things. But there are Mounties up north working in terrible conditions that are understaffed. I mean, listen, the list is endless. Pay is an important starting point given the nature of pay being the focal point last week. We will always have pride and care about the Canadians. And so it becomes so vitally frustrating when we're being torn between a level of service and just physically and mentally not being able to deliver that level of service. Now we do, and we will continue, but it is coming to a breaking point. So morale is very low. Having said that, I have received thousands of emails in the last 48 hours from thousands of Mounties, senior commissioned officers included in that mix, saying, thank you. I feel more proud to be a Mountie today than I have in decades. So we have, but it's the moment. It's the honeymoon stage here. We have work to do.